welcome back to another productive vlog. I am awake and full of energy, feeling much better than last week. I am back on my routine, so everything is just coming into alignment. One thing I have been doing every single morning this week is clearly fighting bugs. But no, one thing I've been doing every single morning this week has been getting up. As soon as I get up, I get on the treadmill and I pray in the spirit for 30 minutes. And at first it felt like nothing was happening, which I wasn't really like looking for like a feeling. I just wanted to, I felt kind of like spiritually weak and I feel like I needed to pray more. Let me kill this bug. So yeah, basically I just felt like a deeper calling to prayer. So I was just like, okay, I'm really into habit stacking. And one thing I really liked about the 75 hard challenge was just walking every day. So I was like, okay, I need to walk. And sometimes when I wake up, I feel really tired. And when I'm spending my time with God, I can like fall back asleep. So I was like, okay, let's walk and pray. And it's been so good. There are some times where I'm praying in the spirit and the next thing I know, I'm putting on praise music and I'm literally running around my house, like screaming and worshiping, because there's just something about like, I don't know if it's like Baptist music or like Pentecostal. I don't know. I grew up non-denominational, but all I know is ever since I've been in my new church, like my taste in praise music has changed. So I've been putting on like certain songs that just take me just somewhere else. Like they glorify the Father. I'm literally just in such a high praise and so full of energy. One of those songs has been this song on YouTube. It's called Every Time I Call His Name. I'll put it in the comments. But every time I put on that song, y'all, literally like my mom can attest to the fact that I be running around the house screaming. So I'm awake, full of energy. Today I woke up at 6:30. I had a prayer call. I got right up and I did my walking. I did my quiet time, which I need to find like a devotional because I'm doing that thing again where I'm kind of like hopping around in the word and focusing on a bunch of different scriptures. And I would really like to have something that I am processing deeper. So I'm going to seek the Lord about what I need to do in regards to that. There's nothing wrong with like hopping around, but like, I don't know, sometimes it makes me feel like my study time isn't productive. So I would rather have some type of devotional. Speaking of that, I need to finish the Upon Waking devotional because I kind of stopped reading that. But anyway, today on our agenda, this is not our to-do list. This is the to-do list from yesterday. But let me go get today's to-do list, y'all. I'm sorry, I thought this would be a lot more organized. 1 second, please. Okay, I'm back with today's to-do list. And I also forgot to say that I ate breakfast this morning, which is something I usually don't do, but will be doing from now on because I just feel so much better and I don't feel hangry. Okay, so on today's to-do list, we already did our morning routine, so we're getting ready to finally record these trainings, y'all. I have been putting these trainings off so bad, and it's like the presentations are done. It's been really chaotic and like loud, not even chaotic, but like loud and noisy in my house, so it's been hard for me to sit down and like focus, but today, that stops, okay? I am locking in and getting these things done. Then after that, I need to wash my sheets. I need to upload the footage for this vlog I'm editing. And then I need to go clean out the interior of my car. And then I need to send out the rest of the giveaway items. I finally got caught up on my emails, y'all. I was so behind on my emails. It was ridiculous. Like, I was probably like 3.5 weeks to a month behind because they just kept coming in so fast. So I was able to organize those. So yeah, that's the to-do list for today. I also need to go grocery shopping. So I'm getting ready to make my grocery list and then I will run all of those errands, just kind of get everything together. And when I come back, we will catch up on all the things because I'm not saying this is a chatty vlog, but there have been some really cool things that have been happening and some things that God has been teaching me that are just making me feel on fire again. You know how sometimes you just need God to light your fire? Not that we need to be always relying on like emotional highs, but it just feels good when God just stirs you up again. So that's what I feel like he's been doing through these certain things. So we'll talk about that after I make my grocery list. Bye. Alrighty, so I'm getting ready to make my grocery list so that I can go grocery shopping. So let's go ahead and pull up Thursday's task. I did my morning quiet time and I did my walk. Now it's time to make my grocery list. Okay, we're gonna take off some of the stuff I don't need. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna get this, but let's start with my toiletries. I did go ahead and look around my house to see what I needed. So I need some wipes, some paper towels. And I also need some bar soap. No, we need hand soap. We got bar soap, we need hand soap. I think we actually need both. Bar soap. I got the wash. We need some contact solution. I use the BioTrue brand. Some new razors, flossers, cotton rounds for me and my sister because she's always asking me for them. And then some press-ons. And then we should be good to go. Alrighty, so that's for toiletries. I was gonna make the lasagna soup, but honestly, I don't even know if I'm craving that anymore, but what I am craving is chili. So to make that, we need ground beef, seasoning pack. We need 2 of those, red kidney beans, onion, and green pepper. The pack of them. That should be good for the chili. We're also going to make cabbage with sausage, which sounds kind of weird, but I usually like make the fried cabbage. And then I add peppers. We're already going to have onion. I need to actually buy the beef sausage. And that usually tastes good. And that's pretty much it. We already have the seasonings, and then I may eat it with rice, and we already have that. So that'll be good. I already have bacon for the bacon grease. And the last thing I'm gonna make is flatbreads. I always like to make something that's like super light. So that way if I don't have time to cook a whole meal, these are great. So we're gonna buy the actual flatbreads. I get these from Wegmans. They're really good. I'm gonna buy some barbecue sauce because I'm gonna do barbecue chicken flatbreads, and I already have peppers from the other ingredients. And then I'm also gonna buy some marinara sauce for the other peppers. So in addition to those vegetables, I need mushroom, and we already have banana peppers. Okay, so we're good. Pretty light and easy thing here. I'm gonna leave this here just in case an extra meal for another future grocery list. But now let's go ahead and add in the snacks. So for snacks this week, I've been really craving a lot of fruit, which is weird, but we're gonna do apples, blueberries. Then we're also gonna do pretzels, which is new for me. I really liked these during the 75 hard challenge because they were baked and not fried. So they go really well. Sometimes I'll make dark chocolate covered pretzels, but I'm not gonna do that this week. And then, that's so funny, I can't even read my handwriting. The last thing we're gonna do is probably some pineapple. I actually am gonna get some dark chocolate chips because they taste really good. And then for drinks this week, I've been drinking a lot of water, but I do miss getting my Spindrifts, so we're gonna get some Spindrifts. We have plenty of water, and yeah, we should be good to go. So I'm gonna take this in the store with me on my phone, and our budget is $100, and I think we'll be able to get all of this for $100. So, alrighty, I will see you guys in the grocery store. Okay, so I just finished going to Aldi and Dollar Tree in the hair store to get my nails. I think I'm gonna start ordering nails from Amazon because they don't have a lot of options. I pretty much tried all the nails there that I like. So I think I'm gonna switch that up. Right now, I am on my way to get my car washed. I've literally been talking about washing my car forever, but the issue, why are y'all driving so slow? The issue has been that I need to clean out my tires. Like, I feel like the car wash, the automatic one, doesn't do a good job of cleaning out your hubcaps and like your wheels and stuff. So I've been trying to wait until I do that first, but honestly I'm not gonna do that. So I'm just gonna go to the car wash first, and then I'm gonna pay my brother to wash out my tires real good and then put like the tire coat stuff on there. So that's where I'm headed now, and then once I do that, then I'll like do like a deep interior cleaning because I wanted to like pay for one to get done, but honestly I would rather spend my money in other places, especially because I'm preparing by faith, okay, to move. So yeah, I just rather spend the money on something else that's like more important. So let's go to the car wash. Oh, it's a long line. That's fine. While we're doing that, I'll just catch up with you guys while I'm here. Y'all, I think I went the wrong way. How embarrassing. That's so embarrassing. I literally just went the wrong way. That's what I get for trying to film and drive. So embarrassing, so embarrassing. God, let me just hit the reverse. That's so embarrassing. Like, all the people in the line is probably like, she cannot drive at all. Boom. All right, we're here. I'm hoping this does a really good job. Like, I feel like no matter if you pay for like the premium wash or like the regular wash, they still clean your car about the same, and it's still like your responsibility to like do the rest because they don't do that great of a job. But my car is filthy. I'm trying to like revive my hair also. I'm just gonna talk to you guys while I'm waiting for this line. I need to find like a dry shampoo that's good for dark hair. My hair is dyed jet black, so I just want to make sure that it's not going to look all powdery and stuff like that. Right now my silk press lasts about like a week and a half before it gets super oily, and usually what I'll do is I'll just like blow dry it a little bit and then like recurl it, because I only put heat on my hair like once a week because it doesn't really need it. Once I flat iron it, I curl it really tightly and then I wrap it, and then it comes out exactly the way that I want. So usually I don't have to do that till like a week and a half later. So I'm on the hunt for a good dry shampoo, obviously for black people. But let me know if you have used one before and like what are your thoughts about it. Other than that, I just got out of therapy, and we were talking about like body image. I was talking about like not transitioning out of like an extremist mindset, and what I mean by that is I feel like when I did 75 hard, it reminded me of like the danger of having like an all or nothing mindset. And I was telling her how like as soon as I finished that challenge, like I went right back to my old habits, and I feel like I started like binge eating and stuff like that. And what she was helping me to realize is that like we live in a culture that's always trying to like get results really quickly, and I thought that I had gotten out of that mindset, but I feel like I didn't. I feel like I was trying to shortcut this process to, you know, become the best version of myself, and there's nothing wrong with that challenge, but it made me realize that I told you guys in the last video that I just need to get back to like the basics. Like right now my main goal is to increase my prayer time, because once that is right, everything else flows from that. So my goal is to pray 2 hours a day, at least an hour in the spirit. And the way that I've been doing that is as soon as I get up, I go downstairs on my treadmill and I walk for like 30 minutes to an hour just praying in the spirit. And that has been working really well for me all week, because I used to like wake up really tired and then like fall asleep during my quiet time. So I think this has been working really well, and something I'm going to take into like my daily routine. So that's one way. And then the next thing I really want to work on is just like restoring like my body's natural rhythm. I feel like I've been having a really hard time going to sleep. I've been oversleeping. And then on top of that, I feel like my diet hasn't been as consistent with the things that I need to thrive. So instead of trying to go on some extreme fad diet or cut out a bunch of things, I just want to prioritize getting back in alignment, like consistently getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep and nothing more. Right now I'm getting about 10 to 12 hours of sleep because I know that things are just off. I deleted all the social media apps off of my phone, including YouTube, so that way if I want to watch YouTube or like
get on, well, YouTube is the only one I'm really on. I can actually just go to the computer and not be like binge scrolling. So that's like something I'm putting into effect. And this week, moving forward, I'm going to be testing out like no social media after like 9 o'clock. So even if I'm on the computer, like it's got to come off so that I can just get back to like my sleep rhythm. Because what she was helping me to realize is like my cortisol levels are really high. So a lot of the results that I want to see in my body aren't going to take place until I get my cortisol levels under control. And I feel like I do pretty good managing my stress. I do the Sabbath weekly. I'm exercising daily. I make sure that I have plenty of time in between things to rest. So really, it's just getting back to those core things. Like, are you getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep? Are you making sure that you're preparing a healthy environment for you to sleep, right? Like, are you feeding your body with the right things? Are you feeding your body with enough of the right things? Like simple things. Like we make it so complicated, but like if we just let the body do what the body is supposed to do and stop trying to rush and force these results that are unrealistic, then like everything will work out. So that's my plan, is just sticking to the basics. I even saw like a bunch of stuff about like the winter arc and all this other stuff, but I was like, no, Kyla, you just need to focus on long-term health. And if you prioritize prayer and receive like the fruit of the spirit of self-control in every area of your life, then things are going to come into alignment, you know? So like one thing I've been saying to myself is like the fruit of the Holy Spirit of self-control is active and alive in my life. I have self-control. And I learned that through that challenge, that like I can say no to things I don't want. I have the capacity to do that. So I'm like changing like my belief. So that was like a long rant just to say that I'm excited about this simple way of living. I'm really gonna try hard to not get caught up in such extreme things and just get back to implementing the basics, even if they sound boring, even if I don't feel super motivated. Like things really do work when you get to the point where you're able to show up consistently despite trying to be entertained or super motivated. And I learned that from Atomic Habits, and that has been really working. So I'm getting ready to go in the car wash. I will see you guys on the inside. It's so therapeutic going through the car wash. I'm so excited. groceries have been bought and now we're going home to eat. I'm fighting the urge to go get a large fry from McDonald's and a sweet tea because I couldn't figure out what I wanted to eat. I know this man is not about to cut me off. I know you're not. Because what is wrong with you? So oh God, I'm gonna cry. I'm finna just take this light, shorty. I'm sorry. I'm not getting stuck at another light. You guys just witnessed illegal activity. I'm sorry. But yeah, I think I really do want this flatbread, but it's gonna take like 20 minutes to make, and I have not eaten all day. So in order to avoid snapping on my family because I'm hungry, I am gonna go get a large fry. Probably not the most nutritional thing, but we gotta start somewhere. And I've been really, nobody does fries like McDonald's. Like, I don't know what it is. They put just the right amount of salt on there, and like their sauces with their fries are just so good. So good. Looks super oily. This look right now with this hair tucked behind my ears is making me look like I have children. And technically I'm the oldest, so if you're the oldest, you literally have like, you're the mother, you're the third parent. So yeah, we're going to McDonald's to get a fry. This is literally actually the only reason why I have the McDonald's app is for the dollar fry. And I actually think that like today's free fry Friday, so we are getting our free fry right now. Okay, right now.
Alrighty, so I finished my grocery shopping and running all of my errands. I did go to the car wash, and I feel like it didn't clean my car as well as I wanted it to. Like, you know, they never really clean your tires well anyway, so I knew I was gonna have to clean my tires, but I feel like the outside doesn't look as clean as I want it to look. So I'm gonna have to go manually wash my car and wash my tires, and then put the wax sealant on there because it's just been a while since I washed my car, and I just want it to look really nice. It's paid off, so like I just want to start taking better care of it. Yeah, even though I don't drive it that much, like I want it to look nice, you know? But okay, let's get into the weekly recap. This is the portion of the video where I tell you guys the highs and lows of last week and the strategy that I'm taking into next week. So one of the biggest highs was I went to a event. This woman in my church, she always has like these small intimate events where women can come together and, you know, we glorify God through conversation, and we always have like different activities and things like that. Like one time she did like a sip and paint where we had like a charcuterie board, I think that's how you pronounce it, and then we did like painting, and then we asked, you know, like faith-based questions to get to know one another better and talk about, you know, certain topics in the faith. There was another one that she did at her home where we made like bags for like the homeless, and we had like brunch. So it's a really beautiful thing. It's something I actually desire to do in the future. So it's just so divine that God would connect me with just such an amazing woman of God who is doing something that I want to do in the future as well, and just really lives out the faith in real life. Like I think there's something so beautiful about welcoming people into your home and sharing the gospel and really just like discipling. So I'm just so grateful. But she had an event this weekend that was just so beautiful, and I was gonna vlog, but like I'm really practicing being present. Like there are some things that I just don't feel like I want to put a camera in, right? Like I just want to lock in and focus. And so it was at Centennial Park, which is a really beautiful park here in Maryland, and we were kind of sitting under this I don't know what it's called, but it's like, I think it's called an amphitheater. We were sitting under there, and so we were going to talk about, I think the topic was supposed to be about like resting in the Lord, but it wound up going like completely different. And we wound up like interceding for like the youth of this generation and shielding them from all this like deception and perversion that's kind of happening in the world. But it was just such a beautiful event. The weather was absolutely perfect. Like we got a chance to worship. There was a girl there that was playing like guitar and leading like spontaneous worship, which is one of my favorite things. I love just kind of dwelling in spontaneous worship rather than just like singing a song I already know. So overall, it was just such a beautiful experience, and I was just so grateful because God has been really intentional about curating spaces for me to grow deeper in my faith surrounded by community. So I absolutely love that.
for me. I'm so grateful. And it's just been like I said, it's been a real prayer point of mine, because friendship and community has looked different than I thought it would in this season. But it's just like so God ordained. And like when you stop like comparing and thinking like what it should look like for you, and just allow God to connect you to the people that you're supposed to be connected with, like it takes off so much of that pressure. And then you can really just like enjoy it, like enjoy the people that God has sent in your life for the reasons that he sent them. So that was one of the biggest highs for me. Now the second biggest high is, okay, I know I'm so late, y'all, but I finally watched The Forge. And when I tell you, that movie was such a blessing. I actually watched it with my mom first, but then I was like, no, my brother needs to see this. So I pretended like I didn't see it because I really wanted my brother to watch it. And it's like a movie about just young men being discipled. And it was just, it was so well done. Like it was not corny at all. The acting was really good. The messaging was just so good. And even the ending really just sent me away with a reminder that we're called to go out and make disciples. But it was just so like, to watch my brother watch that and just see, this young man being mentored by these seasoned older men who had, been through different things in life, and to be edified. It was just such a reminder of just the importance of us pouring into one another. Like God, yes, we're saved, and that's a beautiful thing, but we're also called to go out into the world and to make disciples. Like being saved is not just for us. Like we're supposed to be a light in the world. We're supposed to be the salt and the light. We're supposed to be going out and loving on one another. And when I see, not just in movies, but when I just see people who live the gospel out loud, right, who practice the same thing in private as they do in public, who go out of their way to display the love of Christ, like it's just such a reminder of why we're here. And it is beautiful to see things like that in this world that typically only highlights the negative. So that movie was such a blessing. Like I cannot wait to just have the opportunity to like be like a homemaker and bring people into my home and host beautiful dinners and talk about the Lord and host worship nights. And I'm just so excited. And also even to be mentoring like later in life. Like I've learned so much. Like God has sent amazing, women of God to pour into me. Even men, like God has sent amazing people to pour into me. And I am so excited to, eventually have the opportunity to pour into others, because mentorship is so key, discipleship is so key. And it may not look like how it looks in other people, but just trusting that God knows how to send people into your life to get you where you need to go, to help you to mature spiritually, to rebuke you when necessary. So that has been a blessing. So please go watch The Forge if you have not seen it. I know, like I said, I'm really late, but it was such a good movie. And I definitely think it would be a great like movie to watch like with a group of people. So yeah, that was the second high. I'm trying to think, did anything else happen this week that was a high? I'm just proud of myself overall, because last week was really rough for me. Like I told you guys, last week was like one of the most unproductive weeks I've ever had in my life. And, due to like my cycle and other things, but to be able to just get back on my routine and not let like the whole month just be thrown away has been a blessing, because it's something I've been working on, is like, practicing the art of recovery and just not throwing things away even when things don't go the way that I want. So I'm really happy about that. The lows for this week, to be honest, there weren't a lot of lows. It did take me a little minute to kind of transition back into like getting things done. So I would say like around Wednesday is when things started like picking up for me. But Monday and Tuesday, I was still fighting some of that like fatigue. So that was pretty much the only low for me this week. But the strategy that I'm taking into next week and then going into November is, I know you guys are hearing a lot about like the winter arc, but if you haven't heard about it, the winter arc is basically like, it's like an extended 75 hard challenge where you're supposed to be, growing in every single area over the period of winter. I've had a lot of thoughts on this that I haven't really shared, but as far as me personally, like I am not entering into a winter arc. In fact, I am actually going like back to like the basic essentials of what I feel like is necessary for me to continue to grow in my life. And one of the main things that I'm doing is just focusing on prioritizing prayer. Like there are a bunch of other things that I want to do, but the word of God says to seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all other things will be added unto you. Well, I need a lot of things right now. I need patience. I need self-control. I need endurance. I need joy. Like all of the things that I need are found in prayer. And even there's some things that I want to break that I'm really struggling with, like
like binge watching certain like shows and stuff like that. I'm trying to like get that under control. So like those are things that I really need the Lord with. So I'm really focusing on emphasizing more time in prayer, and that's going to be my main strategy, along with like continuing on with the habit stacking of doing my prayer walks first thing in the morning before I can even like complain or anything. So yeah, that's the strategy. Also, you guys, I ordered an iPad. I'm so excited. I told myself like when my car was paid off, I was gonna like reward myself with getting an iPad. So the iPad is actually on its way. I'm super excited because like I said, it's my computer right now, like the speakers are blown out. I eventually plan on getting a new laptop at the end of the year. But my brother said he might give me his. So one of the things I did want is an iMac. And I wasn't trying to buy like an iMac, an iPad, and a new Mac all at the same time. So the iPad is going to be good for now because it'll really allow me some flexibility. Plus I can utilize my Notion more, like which is my mental garden. I love having it on my laptop, but I noticed that I don't check it first thing in the morning because as soon as I open up my laptop, that means like then I have to check all my emails and I need to like start working. So like I want to be able to like the times where I like review my mental garden first thing in the morning are the times when I'm most productive. And when I don't do that, some tasks can like fly by the wayside. Another thing I'm also going to do is I'm going to add like a habit tracker to my mental garden. My client actually bought the template and she added in a habit tracker, and I really like the way that hers is set up. So I'm going to do the same thing for myself because now that I'm like, there are certain things that I would like to measure and make sure that I'm doing every day. So yeah, those are the changes that I'm going to be making for next week going into November. As always, please let me know, how your week was going. Let me know your highs and your lows and one thing that you're taking into next week so that we can hold each other accountable. I feel really good about the end of this month and going into November. I'm really excited. Yeah, so I will see you guys. I don't know what I'm about to do actually. Oh yeah, I'm about to record a training, so I'm not gonna obviously record that, but I will check in with you guys once I finish doing that. Okay, bye.
Alrighty, so I'm getting ready to quickly check my mental garden, and I also want to show you guys the new habit tracker that I put in that I really like. So let's go ahead and start our timer. And some new features that I've really been loving is this embedded view of like my Google Calendar. I really like this view, and I can join my meetings right from here, which has been really nice. Before I go into my daily tasks, I just want to show you guys the habit tracker. Oh my gosh, so I really like the way that this is set up. Again, I don't usually track my habits, but because I'm trying to go back to the basics, I think it's nice to just be able to measure my progress and celebrate small wins. So I do have the weekly habit tracker that's set up in this way, and then each day it will automatically populate a new little like checkbox things, and there's different views. I literally just set it up today, so they have like this kind of view, which is like a more chart view, and then the weekly view, which is the usual view that I'll have. And I'm really excited because once I get my iPad, I'll be able to just kind of check this out throughout the day, and then it'll also show you like a streak, which I don't really have right now because like I said, I just started. So with that being said, let's just go into one of these so you can see what my different tasks are. So far I'm going to be tracking to do my morning prayer walk on my treadmill for at least 30 minutes. I want to be sleeping 7 to 8 hours. Right now I've been oversleeping about like 10 to 12, which is making me very tired. So we're trying to get everything in order here. And then fruit and veggies times 1. I don't get enough fruit and veggies, so I have to be very intentional about remembering to feed my body what it needs. Also at night, I'm going to be praying 30 minutes in tongues before I go to bed. This is a way to really help me to be disciplined, and also I'm trying to make sure that I'm like setting up myself to be able to hear from God even in my dreams and my sleep, and not like spending the last 30 minutes to an hour scrolling. So doing this is going to require me to be really disciplined. And then also making sure that I'm taking my vitamins. So I usually always take my iron in the mornings, but sometimes I forget to take like my zinc and my chlorophyll at night. So this is the goal. I'm thinking about adding in a tracking saying to like be in bed by 10:30, but I'm not sure. So yeah, that's the goal right now. We'll start off with just tracking those, but each day I'll go ahead and do those. So right now I've already done my pray and walk, and then I did sleep for 7 hours today. So I'm feeling pretty good and excited about that.
Now, again, I did not get to the recording the trainings, but I am going to spend all day on Saturday recording these trainings because trying to break it up has not been working. Like, I just need to do it in batch. So we're going to go ahead and just unclick all of these because we did these. I like the new update in Notion. I guess they like added like, I don't know, like a circle kind of thing to the corners. Like they rounded the corners of the not a spell sponsorship one, that's hilarious. They rounded the corners, so I really like those. Yeah. So we're gonna uncheck these. These are all the same every single week. I did do this. I didn't post my weekly newsletter. I have no idea what happened. Sometimes when I go live, I like forget to actually send out a newsletter. So, right, we already did the grocery list. We already went grocery shopping. We're recording the vlog. We are planning out tests today. And then I did not record a tutorial, so I'm going to put that in the trash for everything to be good. Okay. And then we've already started recording the vlog, so that's all good. Okay, so this morning we did our quiet time, we did our morning walk, and then right now we're planning out tasks. Then we'll edit the vlog, and then planning the back end of the email is just gonna have to go to Monday. And I'm going to drag over recording the 4 trainings for Saturday. Now, like I said, I usually don't work on Saturdays, but we need to get this done. And then I'm gonna clean the bathroom today and do laundry, and then I'll do my hair probably Wednesday of next week. So that is going to be the week. Super, super simple. I am trying to work my way through the unfinished tasks, so I'm going to really lock in over the next few weeks. But the priority for this week is definitely finishing those trainings. So again, if you love this template, you can go ahead and click the link in my description box, and the template will be available for you to download. If you want to add the new things that I've added, I can do maybe like a tutorial on how I set this up, because it doesn't come with this little habit tracker, but it's a template through Notion. And then if you want to embed your Notion calendar, you just copy and paste the link in the embed. So if you want more details for that, like I said, when you purchase the template, it does come with a tutorial. So I love you guys and hope you have an amazing rest of your week. Bye.